Hello, and welcome into the most must-see, most must-listen to sports and wrestling podcast to grace your screens, speakers, and or car sound systems. You're hearing my voice, which means I am the man with the most prestigious title in podcasting, the undisputed ace in the hole predictions championship, Austin BPG, talking to you live. Well, not live. I guess pre-recorded when you're hearing this. Live to the three of us, and unless you just happen to be awake and listening at 9:39 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, we are recording early. Life got in the way, shit got in the way. We're going to make this quick. We're going to make it simple. We're going to make it sweet. And we're going to make it WrestleRoll because it was supposed to be WrestleRoll last week. We pivoted to create a wrestler, and that was great. It was dandy. It was fun. And now we're doing Eli's promised WrestleRoll. As far as recaps, I know I haven't introduced Cliff and Eli, but trust me, we'll be hearing plenty from them later on. We're just going to bulldoze through our normal stuff, and then we're going to open the floor to more discussion. Recaps, as far as AEW, I don't think much happened from what I've seen. It's Blood and Guts. Episode. Yeah, Blood and Guts got announced, and the teams are okay. They'll be okay matches this year. I don't think they'll be like they have been in years past. The women's match will be interesting to watch. There is a women's Blood and Guts match. And then the men's match has Death Riders in it again this year. So be looking for more of the same. Talking about more of the same, WWE, more of the same this week on Raw. Interesting stuff happening storyline-wise because they have really nowhere to pivot to at this point. They played all their cards and they have no idea what to do. So now Logan Paul is joining the Vision. That's the biggest update, as well as biggest update from Raw. They started the draws for John Cena's final match tournament. The last time is now tourney. 16 members of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and people that might not even work there, end quote, of John Cena's tournament to determine his final match, the opponent in his final match. Sorry. They say it different every time, and it makes it hard for me to figure out how I want to try to word it. Regardless, we got two matches already made up, and that being Damian Priest versus Rusev, and then Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I don't know, and I don't think that's everyone from Raw, because obviously Gunther's name was not mentioned. I don't know what brand Gunther is under at this point. I thought it was Raw.
As well, because he was in the title picture.
Yeah, because he lost the world title to CM Punk at SummerSlam. But regardless, Gunther's name wasn't drawn unless that's a match I'm completely forgetting. Was made. But yeah, Friday, I think 4 more people are getting drawn, so that'll be half the tourney. There's your recaps. NJPW, I don't think anything happened either. I think they're kind of down right now.
The best thing that's kind of happening is a title for title, the Global Championship, and the World title will be on the line here soon. Yota Tsuji versus Konosuke.
And with that concludes our recaps. And we can finally get into Eli's much promised WrestleRoll.
It's been months.
Eli,
where have we left off?
You have been waiting for this forever. Just for this to be the recruiting episode.
I knew exactly what it was. Recruiting episode means we can get back to matches.
So,
I fell asleep and was doing some research, by the way. Fell asleep to like a super cut of 90s wrestling facts.
So he's coming in with fresh knowledge. Last we left off with our 2 main characters in WrestleRoll, Los Pegasus and Brian Good. After returning from their excursion overseas and being brought to Atlanta, Georgia, and being handed an option as... Oh my god, I forgot his name. I was a play on Turner. Damn, it wasn't Turner.
I don't think I
It
even
was
have
Werner.
that in my
Werner.
notes.
Werner News. Werner Mobile, yeah. After talking to Werner and learning that he wanted to get wrestling back on his TV airwaves after the Fed pulled it and put it on other airwaves, he was willing to start his own. And you both had been contracted back by the Fed to see if you'd be interested in running this new show that was basically just hands off. And you both were faced with your choice and both simultaneously agreed, fuck the Fed. As you both signed the contract to sign with this unknown wrestling company, still unnamed, name still in the progress, but you signed your contracts with Werner. And with that being said, you all have put together a list of people of which you have been you've either ran into or want to try to recruit to your company.
The list.
So, here's what's going to happen. The Fed is also looking to recruit people for their Thursday night show. So, it's going to be a little bit of a race, a little bit of some contested roles here and there, to see which one of y'all can pitch it better.
Fucking open up the doc. It won't open up.
Sorry. I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to go back and find right now. Is the doc that has all of the names on it because I cannot find it.
I thankfully have all the names either way on my.
It's under A block.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called A block.
I thankfully have them all on my phone. See me how I've had this list getting built for.
Yeah, Eli kind of made the list, so.
Anonymous Gopher. Who is Anonymous Gopher?
Well, that's just you guys, because I don't have it set up to where you guys will actually be able to, like, see each other or anything. So, obviously, with travel times being what they are, if you want to recruit anybody that you ran into the G1 that might be over there or might not, it may take a little bit more time. And with you doing that, you may be able to get some talent from over there, but you may also lose out on some of the talent at home. Same would be said if the Fed decides to pour their money into over there or not. So, looking up and down the list, you guys find yourself in Todd Werner's office, and he had tasked you guys with coming up with a list of people to try to recruit to this company. What are the names you pitched to him? Obviously, we have you two under contract, but where else should we go to help fill this company out?
Well,
I'm sorry. I keep looking at some of the names, and
if you had a number one draft pick, who would you take off of people who are still available on the board?
Well, that's not how I was going to do this. I was going to do this by promotion. And that's where I guess I was running into an issue. Was because the names on your list, I guess, Mr. Werner, I don't really know which of these are still in Eastern Extreme Championship Wrestling. Because that was going to be my first stop. Because that was going to be my pitch to you for your network. Would be a hardcore title as your mid-card championship. And have it not necessarily as a comedy gimmick, but as a fun, lighthearted something the fans look forward to. Almost isn't necessarily, I don't know if you've ever heard of this term thrown around before, but a TV title. Something that should be on television every week. This would be that filler on every week. These fans can look forward to it every week, knowing that they're going to get a good hardcore match, no matter if it's 2 minutes or 15 minutes of blood and guts, or 2 minutes of someone getting their shit stomped. And you want to make it even turn it further into the comedy gimmick, make it defendable anywhere at any time. But that's only if you want to take it down that route. You can make it a television title and make it defended every week on television in an unsanctioned or hardcore match. It can be your own creative decision, and that's the fun part about the hardcore title, is that the holder of it can do whatever they want with it in essence, and you're just kind of living through them vicariously. And my pitch for that, I guess, was for the division to be primarily made up of EECW people. I say people, wrestlers, because they are accustomed to that type of wrestling. And that could also bring in some interesting matchups as well between traditionally trained guys and hardcore trained guys. There was another word I was going to use there. I can't remember what the word was. But there's a lot of interesting matchups and interesting storylines to be played there. I'm not saying we have to sign the entire locker room, but that's how, with how EECW is and having went there, you have to address the locker room all as one. You can't address one person and then go to another and go to another. That's not how that works. You got to address the boys as the boys. Even if they want to come on their own, they all don't want to make the jump as an entire company. Like, say, so is Stunning Steve still, is he in ECW right now? Is that what we're calling that as?
Yeah,
so
I'm saying.
Let's say
at this time, that's where he ends up.
Let's say Dashing Stunner Steve wants to make the jump, but someone else doesn't want to make the jump. He'll still do that if he wants to, but he's not going to do it if he's just the only one approached, because that would make him look pompous and not like one of the boys. Everyone wants to look like they're going to get treated equally there, no matter what they're promised behind the scenes. And that's fine. So I at least want to go and pitch to the entire EECW locker room, and not necessarily offer an open contract to anybody, because we have the ability to turn people away if there's someone that doesn't fit in or we don't want. But at the end of the day, you obviously have the final say so. But that's the way I was going to go about things, and that was going to be my first stop, was finding your entertainment and mid-card division.
You know the Heyman better than a lot of other people. I've watched your EECW tapes. I know. Would he be interested in, like, working together as a promotional basis, or is that something that
anything that can line Heyman's pockets with money and keep that company afloat, he will do so, as long as we are not signing them to exclusive contracts and stealing his talent away from him. I don't see any reason as to why he wouldn't be willing to play ball with us and not the Fed.
So maybe not like a actual partnership, but like just open contracts. It would keep him happy, because then his stars are getting exposure on national television. Meanwhile, and I mean, if some of his stars get popular enough and I can get some of the sponsors behind it, I could get him a television deal as well.
In Heyman's mind, he thinks he will think he is getting the better end of the deal. And our end, we are setting ourselves up for future success, and you are setting yourself up as a business for future success by working with another promotion, like you said. Because if our brand takes off, much like the Fed, you could have your own dual brand system as well.
Well, I'm not even looking into that. I just want to be completely honest, I want to make money. But
And that's
the
the
world
best
of
way to do it.
the world of professional wrestling is wide enough for all of us.
I got a feeling that the world of professional wrestling is about to get real big here in a couple of years.
Well, I mean, you saw what it's done to Japan. You two were idolized as gods.
That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to feel a shift here, and I have a feeling wrestling is about to be on the forefront of pop culture, so I'll go ahead and invest now to get your returns when it matters, and when you're going to get the most of your returns.
So, my next question to you both, would you two be traveling together, or would you be taking on areas that you feel comfortable with by yourself?
I know if there's somewhere Los Pegasus would like to go, he's more than welcome to go do that. I know I can handle the EECW pitch myself. He's more than welcome to come to Philly if he wants to, but I think after last time, it's probably better that he doesn't. So I can make that
Damn
pilgrimage
screwdriver.
to Philly on my own. If he would like to go to maybe
I mean, there's plenty of other
mid-Tennessee.
There's plenty of other promotions right now. Smoky Mountain, a couple of our people could be found there on
Well,
this
did
list.
we actually call it Smoky Mountain?
Yes, we 100% just ripped a wholesale and called it Smoky Mountain.
That's why I said whatever I just said. I was just trying to
Mid-Tennessee is Mid-South, so that's Mid-Tennessee.
Well, okay.
We'll call it Mid-Tennessee. The Wrestling National Alliance, it's out of order, so it's fine. Obviously, we have Triple L in Mexico.
I was muted. Take a look at the dock.
Oh,
yeah, you've been
God.
in.
What have you been doing?
I've been putting in promotions and locations.
Good. That's what you've been doing. Good. My next question for you both.
We don't have edit.
I don't even have edit access, which is weird because I made the document. Eli, you're the only person with edit access, so don't abuse it, apparently.
I was just going to go through and start color coding shit. That way it's easier to look at and process.
Oh, okay, I'm here now. You can go ahead and request. I'm on the correct
The entire time you guys were talking, I was putting on International Wrestling Alliance, CMLW.
CMLW, that's crazy.
EECW. I changed it to Mid-Tennessee. It was Deep Mid-South Wrestling.
Deep Mid-South. Austin, you should have to refresh
Deep
and you're good.
in the Mid-South Wrestling.
So, Eli, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the people I've just highlighted there and here, with the exception of you, obviously, are in Japan right now. So whatever you want to name the Japan, okay. Yeah, whatever you want to name the Japan wrestling promotion.
Hey, Werner, there is one stop I would like to make on my way up to Philly. There's a man that knows a thing or two about running a company from his father. I think he would be a very key asset to have, especially in a growing company over there in mid-Tennessee.
Okay.
Jerry Jefferson.
Look at the list. See who this is.
It's Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, dear God. Of course you want to get Jeff Jarrett involved.
He's the only one from mid-Tennessee worth going and getting. He's the only one on the list, and he's the only one on the list for a reason.
I don't know. He's one of the few people I actually haven't heard a lot of, and the little bits I've heard, I don't know if he'd be the best to work with.
He's got good history, though. Do you want to run a successful company?
I want to run a company that's going to not
be successful,
flounder out.
I think everybody has a promotion.
There you go.
I don't understand. What about Jerry Jefferson is going to be a second generation. What? I can't say these names and you fucking laugh. They're on your goddamn list, buddy.
Eli made the list.
I
was
don't know
trying
who
my best
Eli
to make
is.
it close enough.
I'm talking about Jerry fucking Jefferson on your goddamn list.
I don't want to give people
Las
the wrong
Pegasus,
idea, so I
actually.
got the closest I
Las
could.
Pegasus made this list and sent it over to me in pieces. I just added in some of the people I was interested in.
Well, regardless, it's a
And
name
they
you
have
need to
all their
familiarize yourself with because he's going to be a second generation talent and he's going to run a company one day. And it will be successful and it will be around and it will stand the test of time. It may switch names.
People may not like it.
He may create other fucking companies that are based in Asia and or the Middle East, but
It may be an asylum.
That sounds oddly specific.
hey, he's got
Hey,
I
shut up.
see a very clear career path for him later on and down the road in his life. So I think we
It's
give
not
him
for
a
you to worry
shot
about.
in ours. I think we give him his cutting teeth ability. I'm not saying, let's let him run everything backstage. I'm saying we bring him in. If that's something he wants to take to while he's here, we can definitely be the ones to provide that to him. Regardless, he's a solid wrestler and he can be a really good heel. Especially in Atlanta.
As you're having this this conversation with Tom Werner, his phone rings, and you hear only half of the conversation. So, thank you for calling. How can I help you? Oh, I don't. I'm not aware. How did you get this number even? He then just slowly hangs up. Do either of you two know anybody in the Memphis area?
I have traveled through Memphis a few times.
Have either you two wrestled in Memphis? Have friends in Memphis that you would have given them the office phone number to last night?
I don't
Calling
think.
and trying to get a job?
Who the fuck was this?
He just kept calling himself the Monarch. You two would both know it's this universe's version of Jerry the King. Polar.
Oh, fucking hell.
We did not promise that man jack shit. Did we not?
No, you haven't even run into him yet because you didn't go to Mid-South.
I was ready to say, we haven't even been to
Smoky Mountain.
Memphis yet. We haven't even been to deep Mid-South wrestling.
Okay, that's
No.
what I'm more concerned about how he got the office
and
number.
more specifically, keep him roughly however many hundreds feet away he needs to stay away from schools. All right, we need to keep him on a tight leash.
We only need one egotistical child of a business.
So
damn near
you don't want the Monarch to run anything?
He can go sit behind a desk at the WWF for all I care.
All right.
Or at the Fed. The Fed, my bad.
I didn't put the Fed in the document.
we have a lot of on-screen talent here, and that's what I appreciate. Do we need some on-air personalities, or like a authority figure?
I mean, if we want, we do have Justin Reynolds.
I'm just asking if there's anybody you two have run across in your years and years of everything that you'd want.
In Mexico, we never truly had anybody that was a leading front for the company.
We go sit here and act like AFL can't literally do that fucking job.
He is not here with you. It seems like he is off doing something else at the moment.
Brian Good, you got anything?
No, not really. I was sitting over here thinking.
Hmm.
As far, are you talking like just authority figures? Or are you talking like
Well, I was thinking just
on
like
air for like
some
deaths?
on. We'll probably need those too. If
Well, I
you can
mean,
think, if you've run across anybody worth a damn.
what's your limo insurance look like?
That's an important
Um,
question for him.
that's a very specific question. Uh,
And if somebody was to accidentally be clotheslined after buying stuff, and somebody runs and accidentally clotheslines somebody, what does the insurance look like on that too?
I'm an independent contractor.
Well, you aren't. You independently contract people.
The company is an independent contractor,
See,
so that's kind of not.
JFL sounds perfect for this.
Are you sure you want him to be the on-screen GM authority figure, whatever we're gonna end up naming it?
I like that in my notes. It says,
No.
son of AFL, arrested and taken to court for L&B robbery and assault. And robbery is in quotation marks.
No, we need that. That should probably be the last thing we circle back around to, because we could
Mhm.
run into someone on our way while we're pitching,
True.
and that's something we will probably keep an eye out for because we have not been on that ass end of the business as of. Well, how about we get that interpreter? Tim.
Him?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go get Tim.
We might need it. We have some Japanese wrestlers.
You want
If
me
we
to
do,
sign your interpreter from your time in the G1 in Japan?
I mean, how valuable would it be to have someone, and we could have a Japanese broadcast, more money in your pockets,
No, I'm not
aired
worried
at a
about
different
having
time.
people for broadcasts. I'm a multi-million-dollar international broadcast company. I could find people to broadcast. That's why I'm not really worried about the technical side of it. I'm more worried about who we're putting on the screen. I'm not worried about the screen.
I'm not worried about the screen either, but I'm saying, do you not want to maximize your profits here?
Oh, I do. That's
I'm
why.
saying we
That's
can
why
get him.
it's going to be on my main TV network
You
in
know,
the primetime slot per time zone. I've already got sponsors lined up out the ass because they've seen how big WrestleMania has gotten. Or I don't even know. Eli, come up with one. What for
What?
WrestleMania?
oh, I can't come up with that off the top of my head. Names are a lot easier.
Regardless.
For the Feds
Wrestle
showcase.
series.
My
The
first stop.
The Feds showcase.
My first stop is going to be Philadelphia, Eastern Extreme Championship Wrestling. That's where I'm going first.
So
All right.
while we're here, give me a random date. Don't ask why I know a majority of this, but give me a random date throughout the week.
You mean like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
Yep.
something like that? Saturday, preferably Saturday night's all right for me, I guess.
Like what is today on this?
Oh, today it is a Wednesday morning.
All right.
It is a
So,
Wednesday morning when you're having this
If we
meeting.
call right now, we have Inoki's number. If we call right now, we could contact them while they're in a meeting about seeing if they would like to work with us. Inoki is a fan of ours. We could be able to get the wrestlers to show up and not have to pay them contract-wise. We pay them for showing up, but we don't have to pay out contracts.
Well,
As in a
we'll just pay him
partnership.
per show, yeah.
You mean like handshakes? I don't know if I'm cool with that.
Well, we work a working deal. They can show up here, we can show up there. We have a partnership. It expands out your wrestling empire, and it expands out their wrestling empire. I can't see how anybody would hate this idea.
I was almost going to make the opposite pitch. I was going to recommend you going back down to Mexico.
Be going to Mexico.
I think
CMLW.
that wrestling would pair a lot better with the EECW hardcore style of wrestling.
That's fair. We can always circle back to the partnership with Japan too, the best we can.
Unless the Fed gets to it before us.
That is true.
Well, I mean, remember during your little G1 stint when your old friend Los Pegasus showed up at the G1 and attacked you?
What?
Yeah, your old
I am Los Pegasus.
yeah, Los Pegasus. Your old stablemate showed up and attacked you during the G1.
Yeah.
So turns out, being an insider and being in the company, I can actually know a little bit like this. Turns out he is still under contract, and he is not. Japan is not very happy with him for showing up and just beating you up and, going into business for himself at behest of the Fed. So I'm actually not worried about any kind of working relationship with Japan being a priority.
Then I say we go. You go where you need to. I'll go where I need to.
So let's think out a step further. So you're going to go to Philadelphia,
Mm-hmm.
to
Born and raised.
the Eastern State Penitentiary. You're going to go back to Mexico. I think they've got their big show coming up in Mexico City, if I'm not mistaken. So that may be worthwhile for you to look into, Las Pegasus. Where are we going after that? I want to know. I don't want to have to come back here and to report. You guys will have my direct contact line, so we don't have to come back here and tell me who's in, who's not, who's on the fence, who's already been poached, stuff like that.
So, also, Great Japan, is that the one you just said to not worry about?
Yeah. Any of them in Japan, they're not exactly happy with the Fed right now. So I wouldn't Inoki's pissed. Put it very nicely.
With
Inoki's
us?
pissed. No. With the Rockefellers, because they came over and disgraced the G1, for putting it loosely.
Alrighty.
I mean, if you want to head over to Japan, I'm not telling you don't have to worry about it.
No, we'll definitely
Can,
make a trip
but-
over there at some point, but if there's no rush and they'd be more than willing to work with us to get back at them, we'll spend our time elsewhere.
I also did notice that you put some Fed names on here. How on earth do you plan on getting into? I have an idea. He just immediately flips. I have an idea. What if, to get into the Fed locker room to plant the seeds, you guys turn in your old tag belts that you still have?
No. Those have been the entire life force between what we have done. I say behind what we have done, and how much has happened between us. So losing that, I think we lose a big chunk of
Momentum.
what?
Momentum.
Momentum, yeah. I don't want to say purpose, but purpose. Yeah, like that's the word I want to use. Now, obviously, once we start this company, there will be no need to have those tag belts, and then we can officially burn them, put them in the trash. I don't give a shit. We can desecrate them on live television.
No, I don't want to. I don't think we need to do all that. I was just trying to think of how you're going to get into that locker room to talk to those people.
I did put the women's champion on there too. I mean, we could all three on live television do something with the belts if we were able to get it.
That feels a little cheap though.
No.
Because then We're still making our name based off of them.
I can see it now, though. The 2 tag champs and the women's champ declaring war on the Fed.
But I feel like the Fed
we'd
is
essentially be throwing down the gauntlet.
The least of our worries currently, as Mexico, EECW, and IWA is going to be probably and Mid Tennessee are going to be our main prospects to try and look through, along with some people in promotions that we haven't explored yet.
Also, wanted to point out a little bit of interesting things on here. So this International Wrestling Alliance, they are currently in the middle of a West Coast swing. So we're San Diego, LA. We might be able to set it up where you run into them on your way out to Japan.
That works for me.
Yeah.
So,
stuff we haven't talked about yet is Europe. Do we have any interest in getting any European wrestlers? Because I gotta be honest, when we went over there, I wasn't too terribly impressed. I don't think there was anyone I would want to bring into our company from Europe.
I think that...
I don't know, David Fitt hit me pretty damn hard.
It's a untapped market, yes, but in the exact same breath, I feel like it's not viewed the same over there. I think it's viewed more as like carny work over there at the current moment. So the market doesn't really justify it. If you run into them and for some reason they're over here, then sure, I'll be all about it. But it's viewed as carnival levels over there. It's not viewed at the same level as it is in Japan, or it's on the upwards trend that it is in America. If the Fed wants it, they can have it. If not, then they'll come over here when the opportunities arise.
I got you.
It sounds like we pretty much have locations.
Sounds like we have at least a plan of some kind. I'll get you both. He wouldn't know about this, so yeah, he's gonna go ahead and say this. I'll get you both company cards and access. Make sure you bring back your receipts for all the charges, so that way we can tax it away properly.
You said he won't know about this.
He wouldn't know about. He wouldn't know because AFL's not. Sorry, yeah, AFL. No, it's John. Yeah, JFL's not there to tell him.
JFL is the one that's with us.
Yes, JFL's not there to tell him otherwise. So, yeah, we'll get you both company cards, and train fare, taxis, rooms, food. Make sure you save your receipts. Accounting.
Are we sure we don't want me going to Philadelphia?
Yeah, you've already signed up to go to Mexico. Besides,
I mean, it's a quick change. I got a company card now.
No, you'll. Jesus Christ! Yeah, you
screwdrivers
throw it
everywhere,
on a
man.
You throw it on a counter as you walk out.
Take the card.
As you then just walk out and leave. But it should be good in Mexico for most things. Just try not to spend it on any street vendors down there. If you can help it.
Not going to Tijuana.
Alright.
I really probably
Alright.
should never go to Mexico in real life.
So, I need to use the restroom really quick. I will be right back. I am sorry. The coffee is getting through me. I'm sorry.
So Los Pegasus, how are you going to pitch to people you pretty much turned your back on?
I don't want to say turn back on. I also want to say left in good graces either.
Well, that's EECW isn't exactly going to be tough for me because it's going to be free money, and I'll just go ahead and tell you and Werner. Well, he doesn't need to know this. I'm not even trying to backdoor him or any of that. But the way I'm pitching it to the ECW guys is it's going to be a consistent income for them versus the way Heyman has typically ran his business, where I know there were some weeks where I was going out there and I knew I wasn't going to get paid. And that was the way EECW was ran. We are not going to run it that way, and I'm going to present it to them that way, and they're going to eat that shit up. Consistent dates with consistent money at this time right now, that's going to be literally heaven on earth for them. So I'm not necessarily promising them things that won't happen, but we're going to have to see, I guess, how deep and how willing Werner's pocketbook is going to be. I'm not saying, like I told him, I'm not saying we're going to sign the entire locker room, but if that's going to be our full mid card, we're going to poach a lot of their talent.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talent to poach there. The IWA, what is that?
And NWA.
Okay.
National Wrestling Alliance International. It was just adding enter. Honestly, I'm going down during the anniversary show. They love a story. I go down during the anniversary show. I show up. There's going to be a way for me to potentially, the best way to solve the problems and differences is me gonna have to be getting in the ring, probably. That's the way that's gonna be. So, I'm probably gonna have to bite the bullet. Blue Demon Senior is probably gonna be there. My old faction's probably gonna be there. Everybody's probably gonna be there. I know one guy who doesn't hate me that's down there. And he has some friends. But I don't know how well King Mystery is going to save me. So, you fucking come up with a name for Rey Mysterio, jackass.
I would probably.
That's legit what his name is.
I would probably try to make it something based off of Ray.
That's what it is, but translation's that. The translation of his name is King Mystery. Or the Mysterious King. So I'm probably going to have it's probably going to be me getting destroyed in the ring for them to join.
So we're heading to Philly, right?
Yeah, Austin, you are headed to Philly, and Las Vegas, you are headed to Mexico. As you head to Philadelphia, we'll start with you because your story makes more sense. As you head to Philadelphia, and you walk the streets of Philadelphia, do me a favor, just roll a d20.
Okay, I got it. Oh, I'm knocking shit over. I'm trying to make room so that way I can roll it. 10.
10.
Flat 10.
That is even as you could be. So as you're walking through, you walk by the hardware store that has grown in infamy. And as you look inside, you see the same man as he looks at you. And you see his eyes narrow as you continue walking over to the arena.
Yeah, I'm not stopping and talking to him. I'm taking my happy ass on my way.
As you then, through the workers' entrance, like you always do, make your way into the arena. And it's loud. It's very loud for there not to be a show right now, but you're hearing bumps being taken in the ring. It's like they're almost practicing in the ring or something like that. And as you are walking around, normally pre-show, it's all the stuff backstage, but there's not really a lot going on backstage. And as you go to pull through the curtain, a very familiar hand stops you from pulling open the curtain as New Tack stops you from pulling open the curtain.
It's actually
Now,
Old Tack.
Old Tack, sorry. Old Tack.
Legend.
And I'm not gonna do a Old Tack impression, so we're gonna just go.
Why?
Hey, I wouldn't go out there if I were you right now. It's just don't do it. It ain't it.
Tack. Typically trust you. Trust your judgment. I trust you more so than a lot of people, I think. Why are you being cryptic about it? Like, why can't you just tell me why?
Heyman told me not to let anybody else through. Some man came in with a suit and was talking to Heyman for a while, and then went and talked to a couple of the boys for a while, and then they all went out front.
So you said, like, just a couple of them, they didn't address the locker room?
No, it was only a few of them.
Who'd they pull out?
Give me a second, and I will tell you. So, they were out here talking. Oh man, I was looking at the wrong list. Whoopsie. Wham Mam was out there.
If we have to, and the name is that bad, we can switch to the actual person's name if we need to.
Yeah, I'm about having to do one more bad name to switching back. Crow's out there as well.
Hey, that one's good. Fuck you.
No, that one's fine.
Wham Wham? You said Wham Wham?
Yeah.
Wham wham.
Wham.
So,
Wham.
well, he's already signed to the Fed.
Yeah.
He's down at the bottom.
Correct.
But Crow is not.
Crow. The brothers. What the hell did you call Dean Malenko, Eli? I can't find it on the list.
Mean Delinko.
Mean Delenko. And
the man of one hold.
And there was another one that went out there too, but he was a newer guy around here.
Well, newer guy, that doesn't matter what was his name.
Fonzie.
Fucking hell.
Who the fuck is that?
Fonzie.
It's Taz's manager.
Oh, you're just using his actual name. Okay.
Yes.
Fonzie.
Okay.
I feel like he's the only one who wouldn't get pissed off if we did. So.
Okay.
So.
Well, Jack, I appreciate that. So, do you know who's out there in the ring, or do you just?
Well, they all went out there, and the other dude I'd never seen before in my life, but he came in some
said he's
really nice Corvette parked out back, and
okay. You didn't say he's from the Fed. You just.
I don't know where he's from. He was talking to Heyman for a while, and then he went back and pulled a couple of guys and went out front.
Well, the rest of the guys in the back.
Yeah, they're all in the locker room still. Yeah.
Hey, can you take me back there to him?
Yeah, no problem. I just not allowed to let people through the curtain. You know how it is. I respect Heyman more than anything.
Well, I get that, but I feel like you and I are about to become best friends because what if I told you had a consistent paycheck, old tack?
My bad. I did not mean to ruin the name.
Yeah, you got me.
What are you talking? Hitman takes care of us here. What do you mean?
Wait,
This conversation's happening while you're walking.
old tack, you know just as well as I do. There are weeks you're going out there and you're taking bumps for free. That paycheck is not going to reflect what you earned, and I'm not. I respect you enough. I'm going to save your time because I'm going to give everyone else the same pitch because I respect the boys. I'm not going to pull a few of you aside and give you a better deal than others just because I like the way you look or I like the way you talk. That's what they're out there doing right now. Between you and me, that's what they're doing. They liked what they saw from 2 or 3 people, but they didn't respect everyone enough to give everyone an equal shot.
So you think it's them just trying to
I think they're trying to poach.
take them?
I think they're trying to poach. And I can address that in front of everybody.
All right. So, and then you guys make your way to the locker room, and you burst through, and you see actually a couple new faces that you don't immediately recognize. There's this younger guy. He looks like he's built like a brick shithouse. He's wearing a bow tie, really tight, tights, and he's in the middle of tying his boots up, and he looks really young. As well as all the other older favorites that you've run into before, and everyone who is on the list except for Mean Delenko and Crow are in here. So William Mankind, Prickle Jack, Old Tack obviously, Nikki Whipwreck, Spaz, Springing Brian, and Dashing Stunner Austin are all in here.
You know what? All the EECW names sound fucking normal.
Compared to everything else, yeah.
Compared to everything else, they all sound fucking normal.
So yeah, and then the rest of the roster is here as well. There's some, like I said, there's the younger guy with the super tight bow tie. Looks like he's built like a damn brick shit house. And some of the women wrestlers are in here as well. They're just kind of
Ooh, I want to talk to them.
kind
We
of
need
just
them.
existing.
I know they aren't on the list. I'm probably not going to be able to come up with names.
Joke's on you.
Oh,
I
had
can
one.
do that.
Okay. But we're definitely going to try to poach the EECW women's division.
Federation?
No, there's no Fed talent here in the locker room.
That's why they're kind of piss colored right there.
I
That
put
means
her in
they're-
IWA. Never mind.
Yeah. One of them was on the list. So anyway, you break through and everyone kind of is quiet as they see you and Old Tack walk in together.
All right, everyone, gather around. Old faces. Good to see new faces. Just pull up next to anyone you know or wherever the fuck. Stay where you're at.
And that
I'm cool.
that guy at the tights, really tight bow tie, stands up and reaches his hand out to shake your head. Roddy Sleeper. Pleasure to meet you. You're a legend around here.
Who?
Roddy Sleeper.
Who the fuck is that?
Take a guess. He's not on the list.
I'm trying. Yeah, I was already saying I was trying to look.
He's not on the list.
Fucking Tommy Dreamer.
This is a young Tommy Dreamer.
Oh yeah, the bow tie.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, bud.
And he shakes your hand and he goes and sits back down and is quiet.
Everyone here. I know how how business should be done, and I know the way they're doing it out there. And I guarantee you, I'm probably not handling it the way I should be handling it now. I probably should have talked to Heyman, but it seems like he's got his own little cronies out there he wants to handle with before he addresses you guys. So I would like to do it the ass way around. I would like to address you guys before I go deal with him, because at the end of the day, I know I can talk to you guys and we can come to agreement. At the end of the day, it's going to be his way or the highway. It doesn't matter. But I think we have an agreement. I have a proposal that all of us can rally behind. Now, once again, I haven't said anything to Heyman. I haven't talked to him. But I will start by asking this. How many weeks have we went out there and taken bumps when we know the paycheck or whatever it might be is not going to reflect the effort we're consistently every week putting in to that ring out there. Okay.
And you see some of them kind of murmuring. It's mixed about 50-50.
Yeah.
It's murmuring. Some people are like, yeah, he's right, and other people are like, that's just kind of how it is.
And I get, I'm not trying to shit talk Heyman. I get where we're at as a company, but I'm offering you the ability to go to a company that has the ability to pay you weekly and pay you what you're worth weekly. And I'm not saying you're leaving EECW. You can stay here by all means. You can
And when you
stay.
say that, a lot of them perk up.
I'm not trying to poach. That's why I'm talking to you guys before I'm talking to Heyman. That's why I didn't pull 4 of you out and talk to you individually. Every one of you has earned and deserves the right. That cat's about to start screaming. Give me a second. I'm getting a little cat's got my tongue, so I'll be back in a second. But just
I'll
for
be
a
doing a few bits of editing.
just for a second, I want you guys to think and talk amongst yourselves how much better your lives could and will be with a consistent weekly paycheck and what that can look like for your career moving forward.
Eli, be the green meanie for me.
I will fucking kill you.
The green meanie, that's who you are right now. So, and I'll be Roddy Sleeper. You be the green meanie.
Oh, he's back. I don't gotta do shit. I'm not being the green meanie.
With that being said, I specifically want to address one group of people in this. Well, I guess would they be in that locker room?
They would be here. It's more. This is more like the only changing area, but it's also like there's like a partisan that they can change
I'll
behind.
say, is
like
this
like
the pre-show?
Yeah,
open?
it's like a.
Okay.
It's a big gathering area. Basically, it's a room. They call it the changing room, but you know that you don't really change in there. You've been here, you know that.
There's one specific group of people I want to address in here, and that is the women of the room. I know there aren't a whole lot of you, but the few of you that are here, you are truly something special. And I want to give you the ability to showcase that on national television week in and week out. That may not be in a main event role. I cannot promise you that. I cannot promise any of you that. I cannot promise you a main event role. I cannot promise you a main event title. However, I can tell you what has been talked about in the meetings leading up to me visiting you here today. And that is the proposal for a hardcore division on our brand. Our brand being our weekly syndicated national televised program going out weekly on a major broadcasting network with major broadcasting backing and sponsors. That is what I can offer each and every one of you, and especially the women. I want to showcase you. Why I'm specifically sectioning them out is because they have the ability to have that platform. Men, unfortunately, you're a dime a dozen. The women here, there's so few of them. It's because they can hang with each and every one of you, and they have the ability and deserve the right to be treated the same way. So, with that being said, thoughts and opinion from anyone in the room.
Immediately, it's old tack right next to you. It's just, man, there's only one show in the game, and I ain't gonna work for the Fed.
It's not the Fed.
And everyone kind of looks at each other.
I don't. It's not that I don't trust any of you. I promise that. That's why I came and talked to you guys first, but there's only so much contractually that I can discuss right now, and I've already laid it all out for you. Arms open. I just can't say names. I can give you broad terms. I can give you loose things, but This is still in its infancy.
Document's taking a little bit of a
I'm
change.
coming to you right after our first business meeting. You guys were the first stop I wanted to make because I wanted to bring as many people along with me as I can. And trust me, I will circle back and talk to them that are out there in the ring. I was hoping they would be in here with you guys. I was hoping I'd be able to talk to everybody all at once. But that's just not the case. So I've already told you everything you need to know, but I can tell you right now it is not the Fed. I can promise you that.
Does that mean, like, traveling? Going on the road?
That I'm not sure. I know right now, we would probably be primarily based out of the south, the southernish region, maybe the upwards towards the east coast, kind of where we're at right now, but we probably wouldn't stretch much too further than that. Obviously New York, but I definitely think our home would be the south.
Murmurs of agreement when you say New York.
On being in the 1995, 1996 era of wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it's major.
Saying there's multiple women in ECW, we have fully locked in on this time period.
So,
that's why I moved woman up to ECW.
Yeah.
Do we have to tell you yes or no right now, or
you don't have to? But ultimately, I guess it'll depend on how things go between me and Heyman. Because he could come back here and tell me to go fuck myself, and then you guys might have to choose. And I don't want to put you guys in that position, but we also know how Heyman can be. Which is, he's a man that wants to make money, but I also don't see how this can't be a making money opportunity for everyone involved. And that's why I'm bringing and even proposing this in the first place to all of you.
Sandman is current. Sandman or Ripwreck would probably be champion about this time period.
Heyman.
Sandman?
Why would Heyman ever be the champion?
Sandman?
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's who is. I thought you said Heyman.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero's here?
So, with that, everybody kind of murmurs into agreement that, we kind of have to wait and see how the conversation with Heyman goes. But it seems like you've definitely got your message out, and there's a few of them that seem to be really interested. Old Tack being one of them.
Hell yeah. You better be. I'll whip his ass if he isn't.
Since you did mention the women of the ECW locker room, there are 3 of them there currently. Abula, Lady, and Cloudy are the 3 that are there right now.
Fucking Missy Hyatt possibly joining the company. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Wait, what?
1996. I'm looking at the roster. 1996 and 1995 has Missy Hyatt on it.
Well, yeah, she's
both
not
of them
there
have
at
Missy
the moment.
Hyatt. She could be out in the ring.
She's somewhere else at the moment. You don't know that.
Fuck you.
So yeah, the 3 of them approach, and they're basically just like, so what exactly are you trying to accomplish here? What's the end goal with all of this?
My end goal is to make you guys wrestlers, not entertainment pieces. Like I said, you guys put in just as much effort as the men do here. It's time we be a little more open-minded to how we treat everyone, and not just the men. You guys shouldn't be trotted out just as a side piece to a man, or a piece of eye candy. You guys need to be treated as wrestlers. And
go ahead and roll persuasion with all of that.
With all of this, we will also have our own training ground. Oh! I knocked something off my desk. I don't know where the fucking dice went. And with all this, we will have our own training grounds. And with 18.
18.
Yeah.
You see, and you feel like to the three of them, you're saying the right things, but you haven't had that conversation with Heyman yet. But you feel like you're saying the right things, and you feel like that they might even jump to work with you if they have to. So you feel like, since that was a little side quest you wanted to do to get here, you feel like that it went very well.
Hell yeah. So, anyway, just to kind of wrap that up, with that, we have our own training grounds that you can work and improve your wrestling ability to get to that upper echelon to where maybe you can main event a weekly, nationally televised, syndicated show.
All right, they kind of talk to themselves and nod in agreement. And it is at this time when the door opens behind you, all the previously stated people walk in, and there's a man who you do recognize with them that you recognize from your time with the Fed, and I'm just going to rip his name wholesale because I can't think of a funny knockoff. This is Paul Ellering. You recognize him as one of the agents from the Fed.
Yeah, brother, you're trying to get specific talent. You poaching.
As they all walk back in, you notice Heyman is behind him, counting out some money as he looks up and sees you there and shoves it like in his blazer pocket. As you and Ellering make eye contact, and it's tense.
I'll already say, I'm not saying anything first. I'll go over. I'm sizing him up. I'm obviously not like hawking over him, but I'm not.
Ellering himself is not a big dude. I mean,
yeah, I'm definitely standing my ground.
But yeah, I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the world.
I'm there to talk to Heyman, and I'm not going to be deterred by Paul Ellering and a wad of money.
As he kind of stares up at you, and as he takes a breath to say something, Old Tack kind of you feel him kind of step around you. Is like, I think your work here is done, Ellering. I think it's time for you to go ahead and go. As he then looks to Old Tack and then looks around, and the people at home will know this. You don't know this, as the rest of the locker room that you have talked to is all standing behind you and staring through him. You don't know this in the moment, obviously, but he, looking at all this, decides it's best to take his leave and not say what he was going to say.
Yeah, he better report to Fuckface that that's a lost cause. They better not go stomping around there no more.
As he leaves and Heyman comes in, and you actually hear all the sounds of the wood, creaking and groaning as you turn around and everybody's sitting back down behind you. With that
happening, I'm probably gonna let the ones who just came in, I'm gonna let the others catch them up to speed on what's going on, and then while I'm talking to him, and that way we can kind of kill two birds with one stone.
You see that you see Old Tack kind of tell that to Roddy Sleeper, and he does it with enthusiasm because he's at that point in his career.
Yeah. Before he wants to kill his boss.
Not yet.
Another what if.
As you then walk outside with Heyman. Ryan, you didn't call. You didn't let me know you were coming into town.
Well, that's because I wanted to be a surprise visit, and I didn't know you already had visitors. Seems you yourself were pretty busy giving them the old hustle.
I mean, they asked to see some of the talent, and when they just paid the next two months' rent for the ballroom, kind of hard for me to say no.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. Listen, you and me both know
I will always take AFL's money.
Hey, I was ready to say, you and I both know there's one thing we will both agree on, and that's taking that man's money. And that is why I want to sit here and talk to you about taking his money away from him and putting even more in your pockets and more of the pockets of the people behind me. See, I knew you'd be interested because we're talking about your favorite thing here.
What do you have proposed?
We're talking about money and the potential for expansion. For you to expand your brand that you have cultivated and created right here in the Upper East Coast in Philadelphia. You have turned it into your own thing, and I want to take it national. I'm not talking about EECW, however, but your brand will be on showcase for not only the nation, but perhaps the entire world to see every week in and week out. And you can really just reap the benefits of us paying to use your brand and your guys. And honestly, we're looking for on-screen talent, and you're a hell of an on-screen personality. So if you would want to be an on-screen personality for us, that is something we can definitely talk on down the line. But obviously, first things first, and that's business before entertainment.
Go ahead and roll another persuasion check. This is the big one. Getting Heyman to actually hear you out.
Oh shit, what is that? Oh, 16.
Okay. So if you're not, here working with AFL, then who the hell are you here working with?
I don't know how much I can contractually say, and that's just how business is. That's why I didn't want to call and talk to you. I don't care about what AFL wants. I don't care what he wants with those 4 people that he pulled out and wanted to look at. That's your business. That's what you want to do, and that's the business of them. I don't want to try and persuade them one way or the other, especially having already tried out pretty much for the Fed. That wouldn't be fair to them. That's why I'm letting the guys handle it. That's why I came to talk to the guys and address everybody all at once. And that's why I'm pulling you aside, because you deserve your own time to kind of have this conversation and digest. And so I forgot where I was going with that. What was his question again? Fuck.
He was asking basically who are you here representing?
Oh, yeah. So I'm not representing AFL, which is why I'm telling you we can take his money. It is for a multi-million-dollar broadcasting network. His head approached me directly and wants to put wrestling. It's back on his network, correct?
Yes, it was originally
the Fed
there.
Used to be on it.
Yeah.
Okay, he wants to put wrestling back on his network.
I'm gonna roll a dice and see if he picks up on that or not.
And I've already been told that he has sponsors out the ass, as he said.
And it does not look like he puts the pieces together, as I rolled a 4.
Oh.
It does not look like he puts the pieces together.
It's something
so, you're looking to sign away my locker room and leave me to start over again?
No, sir. That's why I said this is potential to expand your brand, not kill it. I don't want to absorb your locker room. I want to use it to its best ability and give you the ability to use it to its best ability.
So what? You just want 4 of my top guys to just travel with you?
I don't want 4 of your top guys. I want all your guys and all your women. I know that sounds terrible. I'm not necessarily proposing an open contract, but I want to proposing a working deal between us where we can independently contract and work with you on dates, but we want to solely pay the contracts of these wrestlers.
So you want them contracted to me and your shadow company?
It's not a shadow company, but a company that
You won't tell me what it is.
I can't tell you what it is yet. I contractually cannot. It's not a shadow company, I can tell you that. However, I'm telling you, this is a win-win for you. It puts EECW on the map nationally. No longer are you in the single corner of the United States. It also could expand it globally. You know what I just did over in Japan?
Yeah.
Imagine that tenfold. You'd have people banging down the door to come in this ballroom. Watch the finest wrestle in the EECW. All for us to pay you for the ability to pay your wrestlers to come wrestle for us. And get down to brass tacks, weekly on television, what this is going to look like, I want to start a hardcore division. That is going to be the mid-card. It's not the word I want to use, but it's going to be the entertainment. There's going to be a lot of graps. There's going to be a lot of... It's Southern-style wrestling. There's going to be a little Lucha Libre, hopefully. That's also what we're working on right now.
Hard cut to Las Pegasus getting mugged in Mexico.
Yeah, getting jumped before the anniversary show. And I think it'll be a good blend. In essence, I'm essentially proposing you the ability to give you a showcase every week on our show for a title.
You just want to use my talent, then. Use my guys.
And pay you for it, and pay them for it. And is there an issue with that? I said we'd be more than willing to work with you on dates. You can have them for your big shows. You can have them for your weekly shows. If they're willing to work that schedule, then we will work them that schedule. We will work with them as much as they want to. This locker room is deep enough for us to be able to do that. You can have the talent you want here, and we will take the other talent and have them wrestle weekly. The only thing that I ask is whoever we make champion, we don't have necessarily... We won't have sole custody of them, obviously, but I would like for them to be able to defend the title and not have to miss every week due to a weekly EECW show. That would be my only request. And obviously the women would have to be a lot bigger factor on our show than they would yours. But I also don't know if that would be a deal breaker for you. I don't think it really would.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. Well,
Sort of initial thoughts. How are we feeling?
I feel like it could work, but we need to have all the behind-the-scenes conversations with your people in wherever I need to talk to about everything else.
I fully agree. This was just an initial feel out. I don't need a for sure yes or no, but I would like to leave here with as close to one as I can get. I know guarantees are far and few in between in this world.
I'm open to working with you. Is about as open as I can give you.
Well,
I am open to it.
Can we go back and get the general consensus of your locker room? And see what they have to say about their working ability?
I think that's a conversation that will definitely need to be had.
I think it's a conversation they're having right now, and they're making up their mind as you and I are having this conversation out here.
Well, you know why everybody's here today? It's not a TV day.
I'm aware. Considering you don't have a nationally TV recognized deal.
I called everybody in because we actually are about to tape some things for the first time. Because there's a man in that room right there, as he points to the other side of the hallway, who, if we're going to be talking about any of this stuff, I feel like we should get his opinion on it. He's been everywhere. He's worked for everybody. there's going to be anybody who has any kind of real say about any of this, I think we should talk to him.
Feel like I'm getting set up here, but all right.
And as you open the door, there is a man sitting in there. He's sitting with his back to you. He's got a cut-off T-shirt.
Yeah, of course he's a fucking villain. He's gonna
black
swivel
pants.
around.
There's a bandana tied around his head. And as he spins around, you recognize the should have been retired and should have retired 5 years ago, Barry Funk. He's worked everywhere. He's worked for the Fed. He's worked for Japan. He's worked for everybody in the business. And this is kind of a shock to you because the last time you've seen him, it was when he was wrestling in Japan.
Yep.
A while ago. Brian Good, what are you doing around these parts?
Am I gonna have to explain all this to him again?
You can just say that you do. You don't have to.
Yeah, I was
again. You
ready
can
to
just say that you do.
We can give him the same rundown that I've given pretty much twice already.
Yeah, you don't have to say it for a third time.
I to specifically pitch to him though, it would have to be like a weird, with him knowing everything front and back, you would have to give him like the boys rub, but the respect of a front office.
Yeah.
Because Heyman's just all about money, but obviously he cares more about than just money. So it
as you come in and you give the spiel to him, and he's looking at you, and he looks over at Heyman. It's just, and you didn't say yes. If your boys want it, you just care about the back end. If your boys want it, I bet you they do, because getting your name out there is the most important thing there is. I don't understand what's wrong here. I mean, I don't know who's. Let's see if good old Barry Funk would know.
If he's worked for everybody, I think he at some point.
Yeah. As he looks at you almost knowingly when you mention, been pulled off the TVs. Man, I love Atlanta this time of the year.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. If you don't think that you should have this working relationship, Heyman, then you better off just taking that offer AFL sent you 2 weeks ago. As then you notice as Heyman goes like shock white. This is about the only way you can save your company and not take that buyout. As he pats him on the arm and walks down the hallway. Brian Good, it's nice talking to you. I will pass because I'm too old for anything more than deathmatch spectacles, and that doesn't play well with normal TV weeklies. But you have a hell of a thing going on here, and I'm excited to see how it goes. And if you need anybody in the back after I've done trying to kill Pricklejack, let me know.
How would you feel about non-desk spot? Transitioning out of the ring into possibly an on-screen personality. Because as you know, just in that pitch, we're going to have a weekly hardcore match.
Mm-hmm.
And if you aren't going to be wrestling, I don't know who else would be better to give us an insight on the style a lot of people don't know about other than blood and violence and gore than you.
I don't want to think about what I'm doing past the ring right now, but I will keep every option I have open.
Will do.
I appreciate the offer.
We will reach back out.
As he then walks down the hallway towards the ring area, the door opens and out comes. We didn't name him in this universe, so we'll just keep him the same. Out comes Sandman. Since he's the champion, I'm designating him as locker room leader for now.
It sounded like Old Tack was the fucking locker room leader earlier.
Yeah, but this is kind of where we're at right now. He then walks up to you. There's eye to eye with you. Looks over at Heyman, and there's a very slight nod between the two, and turns back to you, Brian Good, and says, if you can back up and cash these checks, we have no problem doing whatever you need of us.
Sounds like a good deal. Can I go celebrate with the fucking locker room?
I mean, if you want to, not everybody's in board, but the majority is about 70-30.
I gotcha.
I mean, the other 30 they just don't want to travel. That's the biggest catch up for them.
Well, that's
They ain't
fair, but
against it. They just don't
I'll
want to
probably
travel.
say, what if we make a swing up in the northeastern parts? They would
Oh
still.
yeah, they'd totally be about showing up on shows and stuff. They just it's the road for them. They don't want it.
And I completely understand that.
But yeah,
Shit,
no.
sounds like celebrations are in order then.
Yeah, alrighty. And Brian Good with the EECW locker room one last time as an outsider.
Before we all go big time.
Celebrates the night away with Wagner's company card.
Verner's.
Meanwhile, in Mexico,
How's that anniversary show going?
there's an anniversary
great.
show happening in
Not gonna lie, I was playing Outer Worlds right there.
anniversary show happening in Mexico City. You're able to land at the airport, get to the arena, no problem. There's nothing like that. You don't. The mugging thing was a joke. It was a joke. It was a giggle. As you make your way to the arena, and as you're trying to find a way to get into the back, you feel this
Equal presence.
hand on your shoulder. No, you don't feel the presence. You feel the hand on your shoulder as you hear a voice. The bright lights couldn't keep you away. And as you turn around, and it's a mask you don't recognize. It's a attire you don't recognize. It's this pink, purple, black mesh attire. It's like all meshing together attire. It's a mask that somehow resembles. It's got the horns of like the El Toro character, but it's got like the face and wings down at the bottom of like Sin Cara. Sin Cara, not Mystico, Sin Cara. And it's very strange, and you don't recognize him, but he seems to recognize you.
Well, I come down here with some very important business, but I can't seem to find my way back to management. Doesn't really surprise me much, honestly, with how my time here ended.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shame, you know, how it all happened. I really shouldn't have happened that way, but you know, at least I can finally give you this back. And he hands out this it's like a brown drawstring bag.
Do I open the bag now?
As you open it, you look in and you actually see from the night you were unmasked and kicked out of Mexico. Your mask had been torn and thrown into the crowd because, and I quote, according to Blue Demon Senior, your mask was not worthy of keeping. It is the mask from that night.
My original mask, my new mask after my Lucha de Apuestas is fucking the Doki-esque.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
I have my original mask. Well, this is much appreciated. Don't know if this is a good sign or a bad sign moving forward.
As he then extends his hand to you, I don't expect you to know me. I was the kid who caught this mask forever ago. You can call me Deca. short for Decagon because I can't think of a way to do Octagon and make it funny.
Could have said Pentagon.
Pentagon's a character.
Oh yeah.
Penta, because it gets shortened, so it's Deca. As he shakes your hand, and you don't really know a lot about him. Between all your internet searching and all this other stuff, staying in touch with Wrestling Mexico, you know that he's new and the equivalent of just got out of young lion training. But there's not really a lot. If you want to talk to them, we can get back there and talk to them.
I don't want to put you in a tight place either, bringing me backstage.
Oh, you act like I already wasn't on the hot seat.
Yeah. You're not on the hot seat. You're not really doing your job down here, I guess.
Yep.
Let's go.
And as he walks you through the back, you find yourself almost being reminiscent. This is your first true time back in arenas like this in Mexico. It's tight. It's the smells. You can almost taste the air. This
Awful.
is It's a day
the description you're
before
giving.
the anniversary show. So, you've got a little bit of this is like the go home show. It's a lot of talking, a lot of shit like that. And you walk into the main office and you see a man that actually you recognize, and he is actually talking to somebody else right now. Two masks you do recognize as, I'm just ripping them wholesale because I can't make them funny. You see El Hijo del Santo talking to Blue Panther. And as they walk in, they both turn to look at you. And
Two faces for sore eyes.
the Pegasus has returned home.
Back, but I come with a conversation piece for management. A potential goodwill for both sides.
Deca, you can leave us in peace, please. As he then he exits the room very quickly. And as you hear the door shut behind. Well, in your darkest hour, you inspired him to be a wrestler, so.
Oh, well, I don't know if that really sounds great on my end. He already called me old, so.
Yeah. But please, have a seat.
At least that means your worst days are behind you, I guess, if that was your darkest hour.
Yeah.
Until we go to a collision in Korea.
Not
then
Korea.
our darkest days may not be behind us.
Not Korea.
Yeah, I forgot. We're going to be the ones running that show in Korea at this point. Because we're the ones running WCW.
Yep.
Basically, yeah. Well, you guys also have to come up with a name for this company.
I just said it. WCW. That's the name. We came up with it.
Wrestling Championship Worldwide.
Jeez. So what?
Just add entertainment in there somewhere.
WECW?
Yeah, Worldwide Entertainment Championship
maps.
Wrestling.
I was making fake maps, and I had WCWF. World Championship Wrestling Federation.
Nice. So they do offer you a drink, and to what honor do we have to welcome one of the two members of the International Elite? Sorry, Foreign Elite. That's what they called you in Japan. Foreign Elite.
Well, I have a business proposition that's going to benefit you guys, as well as us moving down the road. I can't go into detail about the company's name contractually. You guys understand how that goes.
And they both lean forward.
Well.
The second you mention contractually, they both kind of lean forward.
We are
What have you gotten yourself into?
Well, nothing bad. We are trying to build partnerships and a roster for a company, national television, worldwide television, potentially, where your best wrestlers will face off against our best wrestlers contracted. You will be paid. The company will be paid. The wrestlers will be paid. So you see money, your wrestlers see money, we see money. It's going to go all three ways. They are going to get championship opportunities, as well as I hope our wrestlers that come here will be able to get championship opportunities potentially, and we will treat your titles with respect when they show up on our show. A company that's given me a lot in my career. I would want to be as blunt as I can with what's happening. We have a company. We're building up, me and Brian Good. We are working tirelessly. He is currently talking with EECW to try and get them to join our ranks of companies and or wrestlers joining up with us. We have a list of wrestlers that we're trying to get brought in. Never to poach. This is why I say partnership. If a wrestler is losing contract, I would love to know any of you wrestlers that are losing contract that you guys may not be able to get to re-sign. And maybe we can sign them with us. And then you guys would still have them through this partnership. But I want to be as blunt as possible with the company that gave me my start.
So
This is not a poach. This is trying to work together to move forward.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to need some more to go off of.
Well, what
Yeah.
questions do you have? I can answer just about anything, to an extent.
Where is all this coming from? You have to show me some sign of faith here, that you're not just bringing this up out of nowhere. I don't want to get the boys' hopes up.
What legality do I have to be able to explain?
You're not allowed to talk about a lot because it hasn't even been announced to the public. So you're kind of
Can I
stuck
say
between a
who
rock
it
and a hard
is?
place here.
Can I say who it is?
Nope.
Alright. I'm gonna go the Austin route of this. We are working with a company who hasn't had wrestling on its screen in a while. Not to their fault of their own. We can blame the Fed on that one. But we're bringing back wrestling to there. We're giving a competition. And we have a stacked list. I'm sure EECW is going to sign on with this. So we are going to have their wrestlers. So we are going to be bringing in the hardcore style of wrestling. What I want is for the international wrestling fandom to have a glimpse of not just fake luchadors, people who think they're luchadors. I want generic, genuine luchadors in their homes, on their TV screens, week in, week out, pay-per-views. I want to give the people here opportunities to hold championship belts from our company and your company on national television, which boosts you guys for when people come down to Mexico to be able to watch your shows. They want to see your shows more. They want to see if we have our title belt, it gets defended here. If it gets changed hands, that wrestler now comes over to our company to show it. And we both have mutual benefits. Mutual beneficiary. I don't want to say beneficiary, but that sounds like the word.
Mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial. Speech impediment there.
Well, I think there's... I need a show of faith. More than words. Words are cheap. And you're not the only person speaking words. We've had people come down talking to talent in the other companies. They've reported that other talent is already being signed to places in America.
Signed or poached? Because there's a big difference between what we're trying to do and what they are doing.
They say signed. The company says otherwise. Los Pegasus, I want something from you that you haven't been able to do in 10 years. 5 years, however long it's been. Deca needs a tag partner for the anniversary show. We have an anonymous mask. We have all of these other ways for you to be able to do this for us. Put on a good show. And maybe we'll consider it and let you talk to the locker room about it. If it's not a good show, then maybe it sounds like you need to move on to your next company.
I think I can agree to this.
All right. So next week you will we'll go through that. Well, next time we do WrestleRoll, you'll go through that. You now have a tag match tagging with your super fan in Mexico going against two unnamed opponents.
I didn't have to roll anything. That is amazing for me.
It's because you gotta go to the match.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's
ready
all
to say,
gonna-
It's all
I
gonna go
did
off
business.
your match. Yeah.
I can go ahead and literally, I'm gonna make all these green because all of them fucking said they're willing to work, right? They aren't dealing at all with AFL.
We have the whole EECW
Okay,
company pretty much,
so-
minus 30%.
Leave this one and this one yellow. They are still you're not for sure, but everyone else said that they would play ball at least. Some of them may not want to travel, so could run into that a little bit. But your business seemed to work well for the EECW and Los Pegasus. I wanted the redemption story of you being able to wrestle in Mexico again for your character arc. So
Great. I enjoyed my 10 minutes of D&D.
Well, don't worry. Next WrestleRoll
next
is the
session
Las
it's gonna be
Pegasus
me
episode.
majority of it.
I'm
Yeah,
ready
it's gonna
to
be the
say,
Las Pegasus episode.
I did all my fucking talking already.
Yeah, it'll be the Las Pegasus episode next time because I
There's
just
gonna
looked
be a
at the
lot of
time and saw how
high-flying
far
plus
in
8.
we are.
Yeah, I've been looking at the time.
Yeah, I just looked up and saw how far we are. I'm like, okay, I can't do this all in 1 week. We'll have to do that next time.
Lengthier episode. this
Dragon
week.
Ball Z.
And before we do the next WrestleRoll, we will. I will talk to you guys about what benefits you got from the G1 because we'll actually have matches happening, and you'll need to know what that is.
I shouldn't be wrestling.
One of you is.
I should hopefully go lock up another company real quickly since I seem to have this down pat.
Since you know how to
Mid-Tennessee.
well, you know how to talk to the business. And if you end up in mid-deep south, that may be a very interesting conversation for you, Brian Good.
Well,
You got to deal with Monarch.
There's only one mid-deep south person to go talk to, and that's Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. But
I see what you're talking about now. But at this point, he wouldn't be trying. I'm not playing ball with him on anything. I'm just trying to sign him as a wrestler.
Yeah, fair. So yeah, Las Pegasus. Next episode is going to be very heavily wrestling focused for you. So
I think I might go to the IWA. IWA's got a lot of people we need to go get.
Wouldn't that just be going back down to Georgia?
No, they're on their West Coast swing right now.
Oh yeah.
So we may do that on the way out to
Japan.
Or I don't know. Japan's supposed to be easy. We'll figure it out.
what you'll end up doing is you're gonna end up going through talking all this business, and then you're just gonna get online and just see that, wait, that guy looks familiar. That's not his mask though. His mid double axe handle. Oh wait, god damn it. I left him alone for 5 minutes.
Motherfucker fighting in Mexico now.
Hey, it's not no disqualification, so I do
And-
have to do editing on this episode.
And if you ever find yourself fighting in Mexico, we do not have you covered.
No.
But if you need a little business help on the ass end of your pro wrestling company, we might have you covered because we're your ace in the hole. We'll catch you on down the road. Yeah.